critical last week. I now say this is the most magnificent, especially for me being a New Zealander against the Australians anyway. But my hats go off to this Irish side today. It was brilliant.
Last week you were in despair over Declan Kidney, George. What you got to say now?
Well, first of all, I've never been happier to be wrong. But I think I want to say what I want to say now uninterrupted. Rugby is not necessarily ever a game of skill. Skill has never been the most important component of rugby. And Australia are and will remain the more skillful side. Rugby has always depended on courage, character and commitment. On those three scores, this Irish team gets 10 out of 10. This was a victory because it wasn't a game of flowing rugby or try-scoring opportunities. It was a game in which the side in green was working hard, tried harder. And the final thing is that no matter how much the Southern Hemisphere tries to suggest that the set piece is unimportant, the set piece remains the reason that rugby union is a game for fat guys, thin guys, tall guys, short guys, fast guys, slow guys. And in the scrummage won this match for Ireland. Lawrence may have been a bad referee, but the scrum determined the result.
Frankie Shea?
Yeah, we were living and wishing and hoping and praying that they still had this performance in them. And they went out and they gave the kitchen sink. We knew from a long time ago the significance of this Australian game. And they went out, and in Jack Charlton's side, they put him under pressure. We talked about Cooper and Guinea, and I mean, these guys were closed off. You could see the frustration in Cooper. He was trying things, he was trying to flick passes out, but 1 to 15, Ireland were immense. I mean, huge credit to some of the forwards. Rory Best was immense out there. Guys like Paul O'Connell, Ferris, O'Brien, they were incredible. And all the backs, Carney, first game back, all these guys, what a fantastic
Looking back now at the decisions Declan Kidney made, they all came to fruition tonight. And we criticised him for it. And even tonight with Sexton coming in at 13 and so on and so forth.
I think George summed it up. I mean, you know, we're happy to be wrong, but I mean, you know, let's take it in context. You know, Ireland hadn't been good up till now, and we've got to call it like we see it. And all the country last week saw a performance that was lacklustre against a team like the US. This week, we're quite happy to take our hats off and say absolutely brilliant. Everything they did. I spoke at halftime and I said, look. And you and Sheila, when I said, look, Ireland have this game because the more you pressurise a side that is expected to win, the more they start to panic. We saw Cooper, as Frankie said, starting to try to win the game 10 minutes out with throwing intercept passes. We saw the Australians with no backline attack at all. They're a young, inexperienced side, and it showed.
All right, we're going to go to the man of the moment, Brian O'Driscoll.
Well, Brian, magnificent performance, guts, determination, everything.
Well, it was the performance we knew we had in us. You swear we were in Dublin with that crowd. Absolutely incredible support, and it was our job to give them something to shout about. And thankfully we managed to do that, but half the job done. And I know there's 58,000 people here, and it felt like 57,000 of them were shouting for us. But we know, I know there's 1,000 people packed into the O2 at home. There's people in clubs all over the country that have gotten up and had breakfast together. So we felt their support today, and we're just glad that we're able to give them something to shout about.
Be seriously proud of the boys with the low numbers. They got big hearts.
But you know what we just said? We have to go to the well today. Paulie said it, in the captain's meeting yesterday that we have to dig deeper than we had done in these last 5 games. And thankfully we managed to do that. But like I said, it's half the job done. We've 2 wins and we've 2 more to get. So, let's not, as much as we'll enjoy this, let's not lose sight of the fact we've 2 more games.
Brian, thank you.
Thank you.
George, this could be the last great chapter in that career.
Yeah, I mean, what astonished me about this match is for 60 years, Australia have led the world in innovation in back play, all the way back to Ken Catchpole, to Andy Slack, to Michael Lina, all these guys. And they didn't create one single chance. Like, most people believe that rugby starts with defence and you work forward. And that today was a victory for the way they defended. They snuffed up. But the other thing is, I know Donald disagrees, but when aside Australia started without their best hooker and one of the best hookers in the world and one of the best number 7s, if the role of the number 7 was ever in doubt, it was demonstrated today. This Australia couldn't play without one.
Well, I know it's only 11:30 in the morning and it's a ridiculous time to start a party, but apparently the party has started at the Aviva. Here, 10,000 people enjoy themselves enormously as Ireland finally win at the O2 Arena. There you go. The party has begun. We're going to take a